Hi guys, so this is a continuation of the class. We're going to be doing a refill on this hair. So when you're ventilating your hair or refilling, you make sure you follow the diagonal pattern of the hair. Hairs are not ventilated in straight line; it's ventilated diagonally. So that's slanty form. As you can see, this hair it is in a slanty pattern, so you just follow the pattern as a guide to refill the hairs. So what I'm doing here is just to tame the hair, to reduce the flyaways of the hair so I can see what I'm ventilating. I just used ordinary water and sprayed it on top of the hair so it will relax for me to ventilate and see the place I'm going to ventilate. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to take a smaller strand from the strand I've already cut, and then you're going to fold this hair there, but not into two, just a smaller part the other side. So when you fold the hair, you make a loop just the same way we are making a loop for the invisible thread. So you make a loop, and then this is how you're going to hold it to start ventilating. So it will be easy for you to ventilate. So take two strands, pass it under the lace, take the hook, wrap it round one strand and pull it out from the hook. Still holding it, take the hook again, pass it round the second strand, wrap it round the second strand and pass it under that same hook and drag it out. Put the hook, put two strands, take the one loop strand, sorry, put it under the loop, take the other strand and put under the loop and tight it. Still hold it and then drag out this way. Process of dragging it. So go to the other hole, take two strands, pass it under the hole. Okay, take this particular strand and put it in this hole and take the other strand and pass it again in that same loop and drag it and hold it tight. It will be tight. If you don't hold it tight, your hair is not going to be tight, it's going to pull out. See this particular one, you put inside, you take it out, you put this under the loop, and bring the other one and still place it inside the loop and drag it to knot it very well. Now this other one too. So this is basically how you do it. You just keep ventilating anywhere you see a hole, you ventilate, put it inside, wrap it, pull it out, wrap the second one, pull it out and tighten it. And that's how to ventilate. So this is a different hair. So we are going to be refilling this place. So in refilling, you have to follow the line to know how you are going to, align the hairs. So let me kind of zoom it. Like I said, for ventilating of hairs, it's always in a diagonal line. You don't do it a straight line. You have it follows a diagonal line that's slanting. So it's not done in a straight line. If you look at this wig very well, I don't know if you can see, the hairs are ventilated diagonally. It's actually in a slanty way. So first of all, we're going to put the hairs back and then use our office pin to secure this part, to hold it down so it won't move as we are ventilating. Ready to start ventilating now. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going line by line until we get to this last point, so which will come to this other side. So remember, you're cutting your hair from the wig, maybe from the back of the wig. You just cut out small strand of hair, small strand of hair, and you're going to use for your ventilating. So you can cut the hair close to the weft, and it's not going to show. Remember, you are forming it out. We're going to cover the center pattern first before you continue. Sorry, forming your loop. So when you want to ventilate, you start by putting the hook inside the hole. When you pass the hook inside the hole, you take one strand and wrap it, still holding the strand. Take the next strand and wrap it and pull it out to tighten it very well. So it's quite easy. You can rewatch the video, yes, and practice. So there's also a masterclass for how to ventilate proper from scratch, like your 2x6 closure, your 4x4, and the pattern and direction density you're supposed to use. So because this particular class is just for refilling and repair of closures. So guys, I've already ventilated this part. You know, this is how it was before. It was kind of like this. This is actually a 3-part closure. Okay, so it has a pattern here. You know, remember, this is refilling that we are doing, so it has a pattern here. I had to refill it up to this point, you know, to create that pattern. And then this is the center pattern, and for this particular place it also has another pattern here. So when you're refilling closures, when you're refilling frontals, just make sure that you follow the way the ventilation was. Some people actually like their frontals, I mean the front line of their hair, very thick, but I don't like that. It doesn't look natural to me. I think the main thing is to imitate the hairline to look like a natural hairline, not making the front full. So this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be when I finish this part of the hair. Some tips that you need to know when you want to refill your frontal is: one, always check the direction of the ventilated hair that you're working on. If the hair is going diagonally this way or this way. Just follow the pattern. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Just follow the pattern. If the hair is going slanted this way, just follow the pattern and refill it. Just try and imitate and follow that same line that the hair was initially ventilated. Then again, another tips I do when I'm ventilating inside the hair, because when you're ventilating inside the hair, there are some strands that come out and it will disturb your ventilation or the hair strand. So I use water, I sprinkle water, like use my spray bottle and spray water on it to tame the hair, to make the flyaways to relax a little bit so that I can see the lines I'm supposed to feel and feel it quickly. If it dries up again, I use the water and I will sprinkle the water on it again. One other tip is before you start ventilating, make sure you notice the part you want to ventilate. Refill. Use your office pin to pin down the lace. Make sure you pin it, let it have grip. Okay, pin down the lace with your office pin, not this pin or T-pin. When you use this, it might widen the lace, the holes more, or when you use a T-pin, it might widen the holes. But with this particular office pin, you're safe. So always use office pin whenever you're working on a lace to refill. Another tip is this: to have a stronger knot, I advise or suggest that you don't use single split knot, use double split knot. Double split knot is safer, and when you're finishing the second knotting, you tie it very well. If the knot is not tied very well, these hairs are going to pull out. So I recommend double split knot. And then again, another tip for the front part is to pick two strands. If you're refilling any part of the hair, just look at the hair and know how many strands. Like, you just eyeball it. If it's double strands, or 3 strands, or 4 strands of hair, or 5 strands of hair. Some people use 5 strands, but majorly is at the back of the hair. But when you're coming towards the front of the hair, some use 3 strands, 2 strands, 1 strand. So make sure you use the exact number of strands when you're refilling the hair. So I'm going to finish up the look and then show you the video of what it looks like at the end. So this is the finished look of the hair. So here I'm just trying to part it in different ways to see how it looks, because all the holes have been closed.